Thanks for joining us at 10. In about 9 hours or so, voters will be able to go to the polls and cast their vote for tomorrow's election. All throughout the day, poll workers have been busy getting everything in order to make sure that things go smoothly. Our Quentin Smith visits a precinct in Oktibbeha County. Quentin, how are they gearing up for the big rush tomorrow?
Well, Scott, preparing for an election is a challenging task, and as a result, workers started preparing for this weeks in advance. Today, poll workers spent the day hooking up the machines, checking them to make sure they haven't been tampered with, and getting all of their paperwork together. All of this to make sure every voter can get in and out without any hiccups. This is how the polls are expected to look in Oktibbeha County on Tuesday. Long lines and people casting their ballots. But before we get to Election Day, let's rewind back and show you how we first got to this point. Poll workers spend weeks getting ready so things can run smoothly for one day. One very busy day.
It's pretty hectic. There's a lot of work that goes into this.
The first thing was getting voting machines in place. Election Commissioner Joe Baker says they have to calibrate each machine and make sure it's properly sealed for security purposes.
Each of these machines have seals on them, and we have to be sure, we want to be sure that they hadn't been tampered with. And so we put new seals on them, and in the morning the people working at the polls will take these seals off and put in the memory cards and get the machines ready to start voting on in the morning.
With that taken care of, workers then have to make sure they have their poll books in order, ensuring that voters are at the right precincts.
It's just a lot of little details that you have to be done. There's a lot of paperwork, and I don't particularly like that part of it, but that's something we have to do to assure that everything's secure and elections is run fair and honest.
But the work doesn't stop at 7 p.m. After the polls have closed, workers have to take all of the boxes from the precincts to the courthouse and then count all of the votes and absentee ballots. It's a long and challenging task, but Baker says it's all part of the job, making sure the election is run fairly and smoothly.
We have a good many poll workers that'll be working tomorrow, probably 75 or 80 in this particular county. And we have 5 election commissioners plus a circuit clerk and his staff. All will be working the election tomorrow.
Now, just as a reminder, the polls will open tomorrow morning beginning at 7 o'clock. And remember, you must have a valid photo ID with you in order to vote. You also may want to leave your cell phone in the car because you're not allowed to take pictures of your ballot. But a poll worker tells WCBI you can bring a sample ballot inside with you. Scott?